Happy New Year, folks. Have a look at that. My first tomato. In Lethbridge, that is. And guess what? It's not even a big Malacca. It's George's big tomatoes. Doesn't matter. This is my little hothouse, eh? It's doing well, considering. You know, we've got all these crazy little leaders going up there. I've let it go wild. I don't care anymore. Well, that's not wild, but it can get worse. I have to tie this one up too. Now, the cucumbers are still not happy because it is Lethbridge and it is cold. But what is doing well here are the eggplants. A little bit of burning here on the really hot day, but look at all the growth coming on here and down the other end corner, the other corner there. Look at that. How good do they look? Now, they are loving this space here, nice and warm for them, warm enough for them. Great for the tomatoes, not so good still for the cucumbers, but we're working on it until I end up spending a few $1,000s to build a big bloody hothouse. We'll just be picking cucumbers off our little dwarf plants because we already picked, I reckon, how many we pick? A dozen, I think? At least a dozen. I mean, we've got about 8 plants in the ground there at the moment, so each one's fruited. I think there is one more in here. Now, I want to show you the other eggplants. These are in here, remember those? Good. Now come and have a look at the other ones. Now, in here, I planted the eggplants much earlier than those ones there. And what I mean by much earlier, probably 2 weeks. Now, the tomatoes are great, but look at these. Come around here, have a look at these. Well, you know, they're not really happy, are they? Not warm enough. Well, not here it is, that's for sure. So they're both sort of stunted a bit. Yeah, they've got a little bit of protection from the tomatoes, and they're getting the sun, because, I mean, the sun gets up here and it shines all afternoon. But they're not doing that too good. The other one over there is actually a bit better. I think it is. Yeah, well, there's a little bit more growth coming. Is that growth or someone eating the top of that? Has that been eaten, or is that just cooled over? That's all about the weather. Well, obviously, folks, this wasn't filmed on New Year's Day. This was filmed in 2022, and the weather's been terrible ever since. We've only had 2 hot days, so as you're watching this on New Year's Day, Happy New Year to you and your family. And hopefully by then, this has grown and we've got a nice day here in Lethbridge, because we've had 2 warm days or super hot days, and the rest have been stinking cold. So, fingers crossed, they grow, we get some eggplants and we can chuck them on the barbie as you will today with your family and friends. Have a spit roast, a souvlaki, garlic sauce, the lot. Enjoy yourself, feast like you've never feasted before. Love your family and friends, give them a big hug for me, as I'm going to do with my family, and then I'm going to come back out in the garden and enjoy my plants and my puppies. From me, Vasily, Maresi.